Hey everyone, this is Kyle Tredway with Tredway Development, and today we're going to be going over something awesome called Account Abstraction. Every time a regular person tries to use a Web3 app, they hit a wall because you need to use ETH for literally everything. And that's a dead end for a lot of people, but Account Abstraction fixes that. So let me show you what we're talking about. All right, so here we have the dashboard. If I connect here, so now that we're connected here, you can see that this smart account is not deployed, but we do have an address for it already, and we'll go over exactly what deterministic deployment is. But a smart account, first off, is just a contract wallet. It's deployed on-chain, the code, and it's tied to your regular wallet. Your MetaMask wallet is just a key. There's no logic, there's no flexibility. The smart account, that's the layer that lays on top that allows for custom execution rules and stuff like that. The account here is deterministic. So this is what it will be when we deploy it, and we can mathematically decipher what that's going to be. And the benefit of that is that a company can preload your smart account before you've even touched it. So let's go ahead and deploy this. And it's just a one click and it's done. So we're going to hit deploy, and it's deploying the smart account. And we're just going to confirm it. All right, excellent. It's deployed. We had that was at 0AD2. We can view that here on Etherscan. And it was created, 0AD2. That's how the deterministic deployment works, which is awesome. All right, so now that we have that, let's go back to my main wallet, now that that's deployed. And we'll show you how gasless transactions work, which is the coolest part. All right, so here you can see I have the stat cards up top. This is 70 STK, or just sample tokens, but you can see in my actual wallet, I have almost 77,000, right? So that's how you can see that these are different. I sent 100 over to this smart account, and I've done a few different transactions just to test it beforehand, and I have 70 left. And then here is the actual smart account address. You can see it's deployed. So instead, before I send the gasless transaction, just to kind of give you an idea of what's actually happening, instead of sending a transaction, you're sending a user operation. So think of it as like a signed instruction. Once that user operation goes out, a bundler picks up and it submits it to the entry point contract. The entry point contract, this is the core of everything ERC-4337. Right? This is the main canonical contract, if you will, that orchestrates everything. It's going to verify my signature, it's going to make sure that my smart account is actually valid, and it's going to check the Paymaster to make sure that it has enough funds to complete the transaction, if you will. And the Paymaster, this is a contract that holds the gas funds. A company or a developer can send ETH to the Paymaster, and that's going to sponsor all the transactions for the users on their behalf. The entry point pulls from that fund automatically. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm on this, and what I want you to notice before I do this is exactly what my ETH balance is on the contract that I'm using and the one I'm going to send it to. So you can see here 0.0497, okay? And let's go here, and I'll send it to the one that we just deployed. And then 0.0453. So remember those. Let's copy that address, and we're going to send the transaction there. And let's go back and let's actually go to my main wallet, and we'll send it from here because we have 70. There we go. So let's set 10 and send. All right, and this is going to come up, and you can see it's not confirming a transaction. I'm signing this user operation. And it's going to go through, brings it to the entry point. It's going to validate everything. And there we go. Gasless transfer was complete. 0 ETH was spent. So let's go ahead and go back to those wallets so you can see 0.0497 and 0.0453. Exactly the same as before. No gas was spent. The Paymaster covered it, so however a company wants to set that up. And that is exactly how ERC-4337 account abstraction actually works. There are real tokens that are transferred and 0 ETH spent by the user. The gasless part is just the feature, but the real point of this is way bigger. A company can fund a Paymaster, and their users will never have to think about gas, ETH, or wallets. They can just use an app. This is how we get regular people to move to Web3. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kyle Tredway with Tredway Development, and thank you for taking the time to look through my account abstraction dashboard, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.